What's grooving, everyone? Welcome to chapter 13 of my Fire Emblem 6 Loot Count playthrough. First off, we need to manage the stat of the rightmost hero, so we'll burn 4 runs before restarting the map. So, chapter 13! 2 bridges, lots of story events going on in the first 4 turns, and a lot of bulky enemies on our path. Obviously, going for the bottom bridges is faster, so we'll send most of our units there, and do some rescue chain stuff to get to the boss as fast as possible. Side objectives are pretty simple to reach as well. The top left village is right next to our starting position. It contains a very useful bordering, but it's guarded by a squadron of Cavalier and the Silver Lance Paladin, which you will have to take care of first. 2 characters can join you on this map as well, but they are irrelevant objectives. Percival can be recruited with higher stats and much more convincingly in 3 chapters, while Melody will automatically join at the beginning of turn 3. So really, all we have to figure out is how to train Soul. We still need both staff rank and the XP. After Shana rescue drops Lou with the help of Noah, Sue will rescue her, be dense and drop Shana ahead, already reaching the Sniper Island. Good luck, Shana. We'll then rescue Lalum with Marcus, but we won't drop her yet, as we only really want to dance again on turn 3. Shin and Zealot will take drop Lilina forward as well, as she's very hungry for EXP. Sol is going to use our final use of the Power Staff on Marinus, and will go ahead with Astor towards the Bothering village. We'll finally rescue Roy and prepare for next turn's rescue chain. The first event of this map is Zephyr cheating the ARN system by getting a guaranteed 5% critical on Cecilia to destroy her. This enemy phase, Shana has to deal with 3 archers and a sniper. But thanks to her fantastic stats, there isn't much that can threaten her. Even the sniper only has 35% chance to hit, and counts 1 round her with his silver bow anyway. What causes more issues here, and required to burn 50 random numbers, is that we want Shana to kill the sniper, and despite her 89% displayed hit, prove to be difficult. We also want to avoid Sue from getting hit by the mages, as well as Shana, to make the next enemy phases easier to get, as they will be tremendously harder. Lastly, Lou needs to get hit by a 67% displayed hit, so Sol has a target to use Dive Zone. On turn 2, Noah will start by setting up yet another kill for Lilina, which she gets with a 2% critical. After that, we are going to bring Roy forward. Volt gives him to Zealot, Zealot gives to Sue, and Sue drops Roy ahead. Zealot got his first level up, but he won't be doing much more than rescue dropping for now, so we'll settle with +1 strength. Volt's job is only starting though, even if he has no weapons right now, so Shin will rescue him. It's also time to drop Lalum, so Marcus will give her to Shana and we'll drop her right behind every enemy unit! This is fine. But that's not the only bold move we'll do here, as we will also move Sol ahead to deal with the Cavalier Squadron on enemy phase, protecting Astor in the process as well. This enemy phase required to burn 751 random numbers, and was pretty annoying to figure out, as there is multiple things you are looking for. Obviously, Sol needs to survive the 4 Cavaliers and Paladin, while one of them carries a Killer Lance, which Sol really doesn't like, as he's still sitting at 6 luck. Secondly, Sol needs both of his level ups to have magic, which is at 40% growth rate. And we got magic, skill, luck, and rise for the first one. The second important thing following this level is a required 2% crit on the Paladin to kill it and get more XP. Once this happens, Lalum needs to survive the 4 enemies in range that can attack her. Both Wyvern can 1 round KO her with 57% and 36% displayed hit respectively, and both Cavaliers have 1 damage short to kill her at once, but could kill her if they both land a 37% displayed hit. Lastly, Sol will get 1 last level and he needs magic again, and we thankfully get it with an HP, magic, skill and speed level up, as he finishes to eliminate the Cavalier squad. Now, this isn't the perfect level up that we're used to, but hey, there's a lot going on here, so we can't go and get everything we like. Right at the end of this hell of an enemy phase, Milady recruits herself by talking to Roy, The nice thing is that she joins near the position where Roy is, making her ready to do stuff right away. If you don't know what kind of character Melody is, you'll be happy to learn that she's one of the best characters in the game. She's your third, in our case, second flyer, which is already very good utility, and as a Wyvern Rider, boasts some really good offensive stats, with 17 strength and 13 speed, as well as excellent durability with 30 HP and an amazing 16 defense. But that's not all. Since she joins at level 10, she can be promoted to Wyvern Lord right away, and thus get +2 in all her stats, giving her 19 strength, 15 speed, and 18 defense. She also joins with C rank lenses, B rank if promoted, which allows her to use pretty much any lenses available, including the killer lenses that you can buy in the shop of this map. So as you might expect, the first thing we'll do is promote her instantly with the Elysian Whip that Roy wrote for that matter. Since we still have a few turns to spare, as we need to prepare for the boss kill, Roy has some time to kill some enemies around this position, and he gets to kill the Paladin with a 30% crit with his killing edge. Lilina also got to kill a Cavalier in the middle island, getting a magic, skill, speed, luck, and dress level. It is time to bring Volt to the front line, so Marcus cleared the way with a 2% crit on the Cavalier blocking the way. Then Shin will give Volt to Zealot, Zealot will give to Sue, and will give him to Shanna. We also took the time to give Noah's sword to Sue to preserve the one she's equipped with. Shanna is then going to burn 692 random numbers, be danced by Lalum, and will drop Volt unarmed in the middle of the Wyvern Riders near the boss. This madness isn't over yet. Now, even though the leftover Cavalier can't kill Lalum, she still can be one-rounded by both Wyverns we couldn't kill last turn. Soul's survivability isn't a problem anymore, but Volt's is, as he can be a 2-round KO and is attacked by 4 Wyverns on this enemy phase. Note that at the start, the hero attacked Shanna with a steel sword, was dealing 0 damage to her, and got 1-rounded by an Iron Lance. This 1 round wouldn't happen if we didn't burn RNG at the very beginning of the map, and is really just because that's extra free XP. At the same time, there is still a mage and 2 archers in the middle island with Storm Through, and they are just perfect extra XP for Lilina, who gets a perfect level but skill and rest. On the final turn, we can actually clean up the island with Shin, Roy and Lilina. Shin and Roy will both get level ups thanks to that, the first one getting a strength, skill and speed level, while the second one gets a perfect level but skill and luck, 54 errands and 295 errands respectively. The events of the chapters aren't supposed to finish yet, but since we're so close to the throne now, and the boss still seems to be Narshan, the game realizes that on the very first action of the turn, and triggers the event to make us face Flare instead of Narshan there. We can now finish up Roy's rescue chain to the throne, as Marcus will rescue him, and then Zealot will take him and bring him next to Melody. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Aster finally got his hand on the Buttering sitting on the left village, and sent it back to Melnus, who can now give it to Lou, who will use it right away. He's now at 6 calm, and is actually able to rescue a few characters. Lalum, Shanna, and Lilina more specifically. How nice! Melody will then be danced, and while getting a 3% crit to kill one of the Wyvern, will give Volt 2 gifts. Roy, his childhood friend, and a cursed iron bow. Indeed, it is time for the final scrub of Roy's starting team to meet his demise, as he will try to kill Flare, actually hitting him but unable to withstand such a strong weapon, dying in Roy's arms. You will be remembered, young man. And indeed, his suicidal attack will not be in vain, as Shanna can now 1-round KO Flare without the need of a critical with the Silver Lance, and thanks to that, get her last perfect level up, 1161 random numbers away. What else to say? Well, because she has maxed out her strength and speed stat at level 7 Falcon Rider. And with that, and Grave Sorrow, Roy can now seize, finishing the chapter in 4 turns. See you next time for chapter 14.